right, guys. So look what just dropped. DiffusionGemma. So I've been waiting on more mainstream diffusion based LLM models. This is a very interesting drop right here, because up until this point there was only one other player in this game of diffusion-based text models, and I'm forgetting who that is right now, but yeah, this is very, very interesting. That this I might have to play with some more. So let's do that today. Let's just kind of follow along here. What I'm going to do, I could go step by step and just do all this, but I'm just going to give it to Claude. I could give it to Hermes as well, but I'm just going to give it to Claude and say, hey, I want to install this. So flip it into auto mode. Try this out. So it looks like it's checking out Hugging Face CLI. Getting the Hugging Face API repo info. Checking free space on my system. Over a terabyte available, so we're good there. Okay, Hugging Face Hub. Download. We've started. Yeah, okay, so now starting the model download. Checking out the llama-cpp build. It's not going to touch the existing build. Separate worktree for the DiffusionGemma PR. Perfect. While the model is downloading in parallel. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. How did you know, Claude? Is this Opus? I think it is. All right. I think it's the newest, actually. Am I riding on the latest and greatest? No. Sonnet 4.6. I should have changed it, though. Okay. Anyways, it's still pretty good. Configuration. All right, so we just built a new llama-cpp with CUDA on. So we built from the source of that branch. Llama-diffusion CLI. So it looks like while that's building, let's go take a look at this. So yeah, we clone it, we build the variant here from this checkout. And it'll be interesting to see what Claude chose, the Q4, the Q8. I don't really care, but Q4 will be quicker to download. And so I think they only released the Diffusion CLI right now. This is kind of experimental. So we have to use this diffusion visual flag when we launch the CLI to actually see it. So what it's going to do, for those of you who aren't up to snuff on this, right? This is kind of like MTP speculative decoding. Autoregressive is one token processed at a time. So we predict the next token, and then we include that, and then we predict the next token after that, and then so our context kind of grows like that. Well, we're only predicting one token, so there's a bottleneck there. MTP lets you use a draft model that's built in to predict like 6 tokens ahead for MTP and get a lot of speed increase when those draft tokens are accepted. But this diffusion drafts multiple tokens at a time and uses a masking strategy. So I'm curious, I don't know all of these yet, but let's check it out here. So we've got nPredict target tokens derives diffusion blocks. Okay. And grows UBCB. Interesting. So we can choose how many diffusion tokens we want to predict at a time. Is what I'm getting from that. Entropy bound sampler. We can tune that. So these are some diffusion-based flags, it looks like. I'm not totally familiar with those. We'll have to do some research. Okay. Mixture of experts. Still works multimodal, so it's not purely text. That's cool. Last time I tested this model, I wasn't that impressed with its tool calling capabilities. It looks like it scores worse on the benchmarks than the normal model. That's very interesting. I think even though these diffusion-based systems predict multiple tokens at a time, I think there's still some underlying dependence on some autoregressive pipelines within that. High-speed generation. So let's see here. Parallel denoising of 52 tokens via diffusion sampling. Okay. Generating 15 tokens per forward pass. So in my MTP testing, 6 tokens was a pretty good draft of tokens per forward pass. This is doing 15 to 20. So I'm I'm thinking this might be some serious generation speeds. Ooh, exceeding 1100 tokens per second in low batch sizes. Okay, let's test that out. Long context, same context, image, video, perfect. Check it out. See where we're at. Okay, so it looks like it's going with the Q8. Only about a gig remaining. Just reviewing its work here. Okay, so llama-diffusion built successfully. Cool. Let's see, everything is working. We'll determine that. Separate git worktree. All right. Smoke test ran successfully, huh? What? 866 tokens a second? Yeah, let's try this out. Yes, we do need to add the diffusion visual. That's exactly what I was looking at. Give this a go, huh? So you can see my CPU or my GPU percentage up here. My memory is currently at 51. Let's see, is it loaded? It is. It is consuming most memory on my GPU. Right. What was that? Oh, right here. Cool. Hi. Throughput 58 tokens per second. In-step parallel 940. And that's with reasoning on, I'm guessing here. Hmm. Huh. Interesting. Tell me a story about the history of the internet. This is interesting. So it looks like parts of it become static. That's an interesting. I mean, like the output finally gets to what it needs to go to, but the visualization of not watching one token at a time and watching all of them shift is it's pretty cool. um, Tell it to me like I'm 5 years old. What in the world is going on here? Oh, so they chunk the story. Those were 3 different chunks of 256 tokens at a time. So did it? It's auto-regressive in that it does the batches auto-regressively, but it does it in batches of 256 tokens. Is that a fair takeaway here? Thanks for watching. If this first look at DiffusionGemma was useful, hit like, drop a comment with what you want tested next, and subscribe for more. This was just the beginning. Expect more DiffusionGemma experiments soon.